So, if inflation is caused by too many new coins being created, and inflation is largely a bad thing, then the way to fix this is to cause deflation by removing coins from the economy. Right? Yes, actually, that's exactly right. Yes. Coins are just as easily removed as they are created, although it's a lot harder to convince someone to part with their coins than it is to get people to gain coins. Also, convincing the other half of our daily viewers to subscribe is apparently so hard. So save me the time of thinking of a good segue to plug the subscribe button and go subscribe right now. It's free and unlimited, so please go inflate our subscriber count. When you have a lot of coins, do you tend to buy items from NPCs, or do you go straight to the auction house to buy the strongest items in the game? Chances are, you probably went to the auction house. Aside from the small tax amount, coins from the auction house go directly to another player, so they do not get removed from the economy. But when you buy a dark auction item or a dungeon's chest, those coins are just removed from existence and you get given your item drops. This removes a lot of the coins from the economy. Just yesterday, after the release of Scorpius, 67 billion coins were removed from the economy through dark auctions alone. Approximately 62 billion coins more than usual. That's quite a lot of coins, and it's removals like this that cause deflation. When deflation occurs, existing money becomes more valuable, so technically speaking, every single player became functionally richer yesterday, and I would assume the darker auctions are still very much in high demand for the rest of the mayor's time too, meaning that every single player in Skyblock is likely becoming richer every single day just by a tiny bit. I don't have access to the exact numbers because they aren't publicly found anywhere, but I will try to get access to some information for a future video if I can. However, just like with inflation, too much deflation is also a bad thing. A high rate of deflation essentially means that sitting on a pile of coins is the best thing a player can do, as opposed to spending it. When deflation occurs, the prices of every item in the game gets lower, not in the old items becoming useless way, but just in general. Every item will cost less coins, including the sell and buy prices of all items on the auction house. If deflation remains too high for too long, then players have no incentive to spend their coins and choose to instead save their coins, knowing there is no risk of them losing value. Not all inflation is bad either. Inflation at a high rate is bad for the opposite reason. The prices of every item in the game keep going up and up in coin value, and older returning players become unable to catch up due to the fact that what was once considered rich is now considered very average and no longer endgame. Inflation in small amounts, however, drives players to keep playing as they have to keep on top of their coins at all times to keep pressure on the economy. It's more about striking a balance between the two, and ideally avoiding either extreme. Generally speaking, Hypixel Skyblock is in a current state of inflation, so it's up to the developers to add ways to remove coins from the economy. The first attempt at doing this was at the Dark Auctions, then Matters and Slayers, followed by the Bazaar and its taxes, then Dungeons, and finally Darker Auctions. There's also some other things in between that I've missed, but look, that isn't what's important here. More ways to take coins out the economy are what's needed and how you combat inflation, and if Skyblock ever went into a state of serious deflation, you could expect the admins to do things like reduce the taxes on auctions and bazaar sales, or increase the coins dropped by mobs or driven by scavenger and other various things that players do all the time in order to reduce the flow of coins out and increase the flow of coins in. Anyhow, that concludes the major series explaining the basics of Skyblock's economy. I might make a more advanced video about Skyblock's economy and go over any misconceptions in a future video too. Thanks for watching, make sure you subscribe and inflate the subscribe button, haha, funny because this video is about inflation and deflation. Please don't deflate the subscribe button because that joke was bad, haha. Okay, I'll stop, see ya.